There we go.
Hello.
Okay. So yeah, we're going to have a slightly slower pace of stream for the moment. We're going to do a couple of puzzles together.
Okay.
So who do you want to do first?
This one. Because this
Puzzles,
one.
yeah?
Yeah, because a puzzle is trickiest one ever.
Okay. Who can I do?
I was doing a puzzle together.
Oh, okay. There you are then.
Yeah.
I'll get these ones out.
We
We'll
have
put those
a
up there.
Batman puzzle.
No. We can get some though, mate.
Yes.
Someplace. I'm sure. Okay.
Hello.
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 Right, so you want to build it
Hello.
right here where my hands are, mate.
So.
And then it's on the stream. So you build it in the middle, yeah? That's it, you see? Good job. Yeah.
When so disappear.
Put that a little bit, and then it's a bit easier for you. Well, that's just looking at me now. You can come on the side and have it on you.
I'll put it here.
Well done, it's looking at nothing, mate.
Here.
Yeah, now it's looking at you.
And now it's still looking at me.
Well, no, because you've moved.
Wait. That's nice. Really clean.
Right, come on in, we can do a puzzle. We've not got long till dinner. We won't get done otherwise.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Where's my chair?
Well, I thought you could stand and do it.
And my legs will get. My legs.
You'll be alright, mate. Right, come on then.
I'm trying on a chair.
Why don't you sit with me on my chair then?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I'm going to turn this other. Oh, you're back again now. Okay. Go on then, you sit here and I'll stand up. I won't do me any harm. You sit down a lot. You can sit on my chair. Move the box. Okay, and then you build the puzzle, alright? And I'll stay here. Okay? Move you in a bit. Yeah, you're okay. You can do it. I'll be right here.
Oh, I need help.
Oh. Jesus. So.
That is not working.
Right, try it somewhere else then.
It's still not fitting.
It's probably not where it goes, my little pal. Right. Out. Yes.
Ta-da!
Well done.
Ta-da!
No.
No. Ta-da!
Well, it's attached to her now, though. No, the hair.
This will be a lot bigger. Wait. I'm just gonna put this bit on here. Will it go on here? Oh yeah, I will. So can they see my legs?
No, you can see your head, mate.
Why can they not see my legs?
Because they're under the table.
Can they see my pants?
No.
Why?
Because they're under your trousers under the table.
Well, they're on the seat.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
No.
No.
Try this bit.
Yes. And now it's what is it? Ta-da! No. La. Yeah. We're basically doing this together. On that side. Yay. And now what is okay. This side one. It's the teeth.
Good job. Well done. Right, we put her. We go up here a bit more, and then she'll be on the screen. If we put her about there, that's perfect.
And now I want to do
Get the bag out of the way.
this together.
Okay, move those.
Wait. Yeah, I need to do a pump bit.
Oh, don't pop it, mate. Keep puzzle bits in there.
No, the air coming. The air's way out. No, there's some turn out.
Oh. Go on then. You only got about 15 minutes left. We won't get our puzzles done.
Oh, biscuit.
Oh, biscuits.
Ta-da!
Yeah.
Mummy's in her office.
Spooky, spooky, scary bones.
Why did you do one without me?
What, mate?
Why did you do one without me?
On what?
When it was GD's. When it was GD's.
That's all.
Yeah. No. That thing we're doing now. It's performance. Why did you do without me when it was GD day?
Oh, we didn't really in the end, mate. We were going to test the stream, make sure the stream was all okay and working, but we didn't bother in the end.
Boy.
You did a super job of this. Scary, scary bones.
I'm trying to concentrate.
Oh, okay.
Now
Oh,
you can sing.
yours.
Now you can sing.
Spooky, scary, scary bones. Right, let's keep her on stream. Look, she's all gone off the picture. Look at the picture. Look, she's not on it anymore. Now she is. That's it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And now
Please go.
Cinderella.
Yeah.
Well, Ariel was the most beautiful. I don't know what else Ariel see.
Oh, Mummy says, go George. Can you do one upside down?
Yeah.
Ah, go then. Which one are you going to try and do upside down?
That one.
Okay.
Because that one's the easiest.
Ah, that one's very easy upside down, mate.
Oh la 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 la. What's the bag?
Oh, yeah, sorry, mate. I'll just put them down there for now.
Oh.
Ready for when we pack up. Hey, spooky, scary, scary bones.
I'm trying to concentrate.
Oh.
This one is really tricky. You can sing after I have it back.
Okay.
So hard.
I like Mummy. Mummy's always going on about she can't concentrate when I'm talking.
Mm. Does he say be quiet?
Yeah.
Like I'm doing it
Yeah,
now.
that's right.
But like this. Be quiet.
Be quiet.
Not like me. I don't do it like that. Like Mommy. No. This is pretty tricky.
What about this one on the bottom?
Blue. Oh. I feel good.
Why not? Scary, scary bones. Well, good job.
Oh, Mummy, say that.
She's not saying anything at the moment. She might be finishing her dinner.
That part, it's really small, this bit.
Yeah.
Now I can sing. Because it's not too tricky. You can sing now.
Oh, spooky, scary, scary bones. Do. That bit's a bit tricky. Oh, okay, yeah.
They won't be in a line three.
Right, 3 done, 1 to go. Mummy said, can you do this one upside down?
You always said one. What did you say now?
Nothing else at the moment.
Wait, is that somebody else?
No, they're both Mummy.
And then what was I saying?
Well, what did it say? Oh, Mummy said beautiful.
Biscuit.
Biscuits.
Good. I need help with that.
They do very well.
They'll go down here, maybe? Yeah.
Wow. I hope Mummy's watching.
What did he say now?
She hasn't said anything else now. Remember, it's slightly, what we do is slightly ahead of when they see it. So we'll check Mummy a little while to go. She's sent you kisses.
Bath.
Well, Mummy's doing your dinner. So you want her to do it slow so you've got time to finish your puzzle.
Doing my dinner slow.
She said she is. Maybe you can't do that bit at the moment.
Bam.
Spooky, scary, scary bones.
Oh, the bomb. Okay.
Yawning, mate. Yawning. I think it's time for a Coke.
What is Coke?
It's fizzy drink, but it's got lots of sugar in it, so it should hopefully wake me up a little bit. Ease.
Whoa!
Try it the other way around.
You are not eating up before bed.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't, but it's not exactly before bed, mate. It's 4 o'clock.
When you go to
It's
sleep.
not even your bedtime.
Today?
Not right now, it isn't. No,
The clocks are going backwards.
no, that's already happened, mate. You did very well with this. Right there.
No, we tried that.
We leave it. Come back to it then.
See you. A bit.
Yeah. It's not the sleep, it's playing all these boring games for a whole day. Like, who wants to play games all day?
Boring game.
Boring games. Who wants to do that?
Not us.
Not us. No way.
Try this one.
I think you can. Just help me out with a couple of bits. If I can. I'm not sure I can, mate. Nope.
Yes.
No.
I don't know around it.
No, because that's the edge of it, mate.
Yeah.
Ah, just put this one here, then, will you? No, okay, so. No.
This one.
No.
Yeah.
What done is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
No.
Do an edge there, mate.
No.
It's hard doing upside down.
Yeah, really hard. It's really hard.
Actually, maybe it isn't an edge there.
No. Oh,
Oh,
we
that's a bit. That's a possibility. Yeah, it could be a puzzle, so. But I don't think any of these actually. Yeah, let's try some others then, maybe, and then we'll. Oh. Wow.
It's like top up bonus. Like remember last time we lost top up bonus.
Yeah.
That we would have to find that and change my mind.
Hang on.
Wait.
Never goes in there, mate.
I'll try it.
Oh. No.
No.
Never goes in there, mate.
Oh no. Let's see. Yay!
Oh, well done.
Okay.
One working. No.
No.
These are weird, these
Wait.
ones.
No.
Alright. Right, let's put one on the side. So, one of these.
I know where's it go? And here. That's the top bit.
We're trying to get that one.
This is stupid.
Oh, there's another.
No, we tried that. Oh, we tried that bit there. Yeah. What's that? Yes. Let me try that. No, it's different. Yeah.
No?
No, I tried it. I'll try that one.
No, definitely not, because it needs a gap.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Missing a bit. That's what I think, Mr. Biscuits.
Well, I'm gonna go. I'll go and I'll chat with you and tracks.
Oh, I can move, mate. I think you're missing some bits. Definitely don't think we've got all the bits in there. It's very hard to do an upside down puzzle when you're missing some of the bits. Oh, careful. Right.
It's might help us. This bit, Daddy,
Yeah.
is this bit, and this bit goes here. Maybe you straight out.
Wow. You
I
did it.
tried this help them.
Good job.
This one is
I think there's a lot. We struggled with that bit for ages.
and this one goes.
I'll keep trying. Close.
Look, this bit goes here. No.
What about here?
Was it this one?
No, it's this one.
Here?
Yes.
I tried it.
It's
gonna be
through there.
just gonna like be it's gonna be just like the TV did that one. We did that one.
Right, you can do those three bits.
This one. This one. This one. This one. Oh, I can't look at it. This one. Go here. This one. Did you read that one? Did we do that?
You're reading it.
That one is this one. This one. And then this one goes.
Well done.
And then this one is Where's some go? Yeah.
Good job.
How do you do it upside down, Mama?
Well done.
What does she say now?
She said, hi, you did more than I could. Right, should we put them away?
And do the next one. Oh, the camera.
Yeah, mind the camera. I'm not that off.
Wait.
Well, did you want to do one more or not? We'll have to be super quick if you want to do one more, because otherwise it's going to be dinner time. Come on then, let's pack this one up.
Okie boogada boogada.
Well done. Now then, you help, or we're not going to have time.
Easy. One person. This is super boring.
Oh dear.
Well, I can do a little bit. You have to help me.
Hang on, dear.
They're helping me. Oh my.
Oh, David said, well done, George, for doing your puzzle upside down.
Oh, great.
You managed to fix the bit we're stuck with. Other bits were missing pieces, mate, but you sorted it. Open. There we go. Right, I've got one more puzzle to do.
That.
Yeah, and then that one we'll do normal, like, then we'll do that one upside down. We'll be here for a month.
Huh?
Good job. Right.
Whoa. Oh, that noise hurts.
Right, put your back in the box. Do your Kiana.
One's there. Huh? We're not doing Tiana again.
No, I said you do Tiana, put her away.
Oh, one piece fell off.
That's right, mate. Oh. And then second and last puzzle.
Not the box. Well, no, well, we need that. The puzzle piece.
Yeah, I know you mean puzzle piece, mate. There you go. Okay.
Ah.
Good job. Right, edges first.
What
Alright.
about this?
Oh, I'll put that away, don't worry.
Dolphin.
Excuse you.
What's the little fishing daddy?
Where's the little fishy? Yeah? Where's the little fishy? Where's the little fishy?
Oh, fishies. Oh, mummies. Oh, fishy. 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 We might end up with the big angry fish.
Which one's the big angry one, mate?
Remember one of these ones, these fishies?
Oh, yeah.
It's one of the angry ones.
Okay, I'll keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, and then maybe I think it's
Oh, that one?
yeah.
Oh, that's good. Right.
What did Mummy say now?
Oh, she says need time for your dinner. Right, let's go super speedy then. We're
Oh,
going to do a super speedy puzzle on stream. Oh, no, I'll help you.
I can't believe I did it. And then when it closed.
And I'll try and work out where everything is based on geography. Probably
We're
wouldn't
doing
have the
it
smoke.
too quickly.
We've got to get as quick as we can. It is ready. We want to finish our puzzle on stream.
Oh, my dear.
People can't handle an unfinished puzzle. That's not what we need right now. It's okay, it's okay. We'll get it done.
Hey.
Just stay calm, Mr. Biscuits. Oh, wait. So, you have this.
Got it.
That goes down there.
What's man? This bit doesn't go there. Goes.
New Zealand, right, that's down there somewhere. So leave that there for now. Quick, we can get it done. So it looks like it's going to be a. Yeah, it goes there.
I am gonna hang it in.
That'll be down the bottom somewhere.
I am gonna panic.
No, we're okay. Look, we're already motoring through. Where's a bit more penguins on that one, I reckon. No.
No, we're going.
What's
What's that?
there?
Where's the hungry
There's
bit?
a lot of pieces in. He's back in the box, mate.
Oh, hungry fishes. Oh,
Oh, wait. What's it?
silly.
Still on specification. So, yeah.
Not silly.
I don't know.
I'm silly as well because I thought it's bigger.
That's definitely there. I'm probably just covering the camera up, I think. That's there. Okay, now we're getting now we're getting somewhere. So far we're missing some bits.
Hey, wait, I'm gonna change around.
Maybe I've left some straight bits in the box.
You're really silly, look.
Have you done it? Well done. That's there. It's not quite there yet. Oh, that's there. That's around somewhere. Yeah, we've got a big. That's there. That's on there. Wow, we're getting there. Right, I've missed the straight bits here. Find
What
it.
did she say now?
She said, "Panic! You're going too slow, Mr. Biscuits."
I am gonna panic!
Stream's gonna have an unfinished puzzle. We can't have an unfinished puzzle on stream. It's a crocodile. There it is. And it's the bat.
I'm actually gonna panic. What is it now?
She says, "You're okay. You've got time,
Great.
but not too long."
Okay, I don't have to panic.
No panicking.
What did
But
she
we
say?
do have to
What
feed
did
it.
she say now?
She said, "Don't panic."
Great.
But we do need to finish it though, mate.
Oh my.
Because we can't have an unfinished puzzle. That would be a disaster.
I would not
Not
listen.
sure. Oh, that's Edgeworm, isn't it?
I would not listen to my. I'll just panic. I'll panic forever.
Well, that'll be so that's the way.
I am panicking, panic.
We pick some more bits out. That might help us.
What did she say now?
But she hasn't said anything else.
Great. Don't have to panic. Ah!
You?
Alright. I have to panic.
Sure, people are sleeping tonight. We've got a puzzle that isn't finished, mate.
Oh my booty.
Maybe somewhere. Yeah,
No, give me that bit.
somewhere around there. I'm just not sure where, but they'll be near enough. Yeah, perfect. Right.
Ah!
Let me get you a couple more bits.
Oh, thank you.
That's around there
I
somewhere.
have to panic. I'm not going to try. I'm
Yeah,
not.
that's right, that's
I'm
right.
going to try not to. I'm trying not to panic.
Good job. So 4K.
Did she say now?
It's still the same. Just says don't panic. Doesn't type anything new.
Oh.
I know. Saw you. It's up here.
See, let's see her.
That's down here.
Going to panic.
We're getting there.
Going to
Getting
panic.
there. Just keep getting the bits in. Uh,
What does he say now?
nothing.
Panic, don't panic again.
Don't panic.
Oh, bum.
Keep getting the bits in.
No, we won't be late. Oh my god! I've heard it so many times and it's still, it's not fitting. Still not fitting. No, it's still not fitting. No, it's fitting!
Here's some.
Still not fitting. It was still not.
Spoiler alert.
Maybe that. I'm
See it.
hungry first. Was hungry first. We're so sorry, angry. We're so sorry, we're angry. What does he say now?
Nothing.
Say panic, don't panic
Don't
again.
panic. She hasn't put anything else in. I think she got bored. Yeah. Come on in, you. Help me finish.
No.
Make the same. She hasn't changed it.
Um,
Well, this way.
oh, panic cake in it.
No. What to do? Oh, it got some down. Sit down. No, I'm just back. Right. Oh no, we're missing a bit. No, we're not. Sit down.
Oh, took it because. Good.
Good
What does he say
job.
now?
Go and get your dinner. I'll pack this away. Well done, mate. Good live streaming. No, that's mine. We've got one downstairs, otherwise I haven't got one. Why don't I leave? Sit, should we fit back? Sit, mate. No, you're going to have your dinner.
Oh, you bring it down with your
Yeah, you can maybe have a bit afterwards. Well done, mate. Good job. Good job. Okay, awesome. George's first stream done. Not too bad in the end. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is I'm just going to pause the screen there for a second. With the last sort of few hours to go, I'm going to just set the table back up again for games and get all the camera sort of redone because it's slightly off, I think, now. So yeah, just a few minutes getting all that set up. And then, so I'm not going to stop the stream. I'm just going to pause it probably for 5 minutes or so just to get all that set up, grab a drink. And then I think I've sort of been umming around about what to do really, but I think Tori and I are going to aim to play some more Radlands at 7 o'clock because we really enjoyed that yesterday. And then probably at about 8 o'clock, quarter to eight, we're going to finish with some Terraforming Mars, which is kind of like our favourite, really. But that takes a good hour and a half, so that would definitely see us through through until the end of the stream, without a doubt. That's a bit of a long one. Yes, a little bit of Radlands Thinkers plan, and then finish the stream off with Terraforming Mars. So that would be great. So yeah, I was just sort of thinking what to do to fill the next sort of couple of hours, really, until Tori's able to come and join me. I think I'm probably gonna go back to the Lord of the Rings that I did in the middle of the night, because after a couple of hours I painfully lost that. So I'd like to do it again and see if I can actually finish that. Made hard work of that, and then if there's any sort of spare time, um, then I'll probably just jump onto the computer for half an hour or something, just so I can leave all this set up for Tori and I. But yeah, so just going to pause just for 5 minutes, so get a drink, just get everything lined up again and sort the cameras out. And then if you want to jump in and watch a little bit of Lord of the Rings, I won't go into it in quite the detail I went into it during the night when I was trying to keep myself awake. But yeah, great game. So I'll just be pottering around with that. Or feel free to grab some dinner, do what you need to do, and if you'd like to come back and join us for the final couple of hours later, that would be great for some Radlands and some Terraforming Mars. So hopefully we can see you around for a bit of that. But I'll maybe see you in a short while. Okay. Awesome. Right. Well, we're into the final bit of the stream. It looks like it's just me at the moment, which I don't blame you, to be fair. It's been a long sort of day and a bit. I appreciate everyone who's ducked in and out from time to time. Some of you have been here for ages, so yeah, really appreciate it. Floss and I had an awesome game of Harry Potter earlier. It came right down to wire. It was brilliant. Pretty much given up on that, and yeah, it sort of came through and worked out in the end. So that was cool. But yeah, no, it's been an awesome couple of days. So just kind of starting to finish up now. Really, I'm just filling time a little bit until Tori can come and join us at around 7 o'clock for the last couple of hours. As I say, we're going to do some Radlands then, and then finish with some Terraforming Mars, which is awesome. And obviously, we haven't done that stream yet as well. So if you're into space and planets and stuff, that's a good one to come to. Probably around sort of 8 o'clock. Probably takes about an hour and a half, hour and three quarters to do that. So we'll go a bit over 9, but that's fine. So I just sort of fill a bit of time and have another go at the Lord of the Rings scenario that I tried in the night and unfortunately didn't succeed in the end. Then grab a little bit of food and then I'll probably just go on the computer until Tori's ready to join, and that's kind of that really. So yeah, feel free to jump in, feel free to not jump in and do other things for a while. It'd be great to have you around for the last couple of hours. So now I'm just going to kind of potter really. But if you want to settle in the chat, if you've got any questions, please jump on in. Otherwise, I'm probably just going to sort of potter through a bit really, and yeah, and sort of do my thing until Tori's here for the last little bit later. So, so, Hi, David. Yeah, I don't know really. It's a good question. They are bringing out all the new boxes, and they're pretty good. I think they have changed it quite a bit. So they've brought like the boons and burdens, I think, into each scenario expansion now. Obviously, everything's available as well, which is great because it hasn't been for a while. I've always been lucky that I've been able to get it, but um, yeah, I think that's the thing. So as it happens, I've been doing a lot more solo gaming recently, which I've really enjoyed. So the games I've sort of been investing in recently have been solo based games. Um, so I've just recently purchased Explore It, which I'm really enjoying. That's awesome. Um, Amongst some others. So I have actually been playing Marvel again a bit more recently, solo. Um, and I've been really enjoying that. Um, I think this is really good solo, but if you've got someone else to play with as well, it's excellent. It's probably better with two of you, I think, but it plays well solo. It doesn't change the game in any way. I just think it's one of those games that's just quite nice to play with someone else. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of one of those things. It's probably a big investment, big commitment to it, really, because I mean, you want to start the core set and work your way through, but I mean, even for this, so all the cards that I'm using are from either the core set or the very first expansion, so the first set of six cards. But to go much beyond that, you need more cards, really. Otherwise, the scenarios get pretty hard. Um, but I mean, I've got pretty much all of it, so you can always just borrow it off of me, or we can sort out to get some games in, and you can just tell me what cards you want and stuff. Obviously, the encounter cards and stuff are just standard, so it would just be a case of you building a deck online, and then obviously I can put that together for you, and then we can play. But I mean, it is a great game. Steph and I have worked through um, pretty much all of the Saga expansions, which they were awesome. They kind of retell the stories, films from The Hobbit all the way through. They were brilliant. Um, and then this sort of bit of it, which is kind of the main game really, but not following the stories. Mostly this is what I've sort of done on my own really, but I don't know. It is really good. It's one of those you can just kind of get out and potter through for like an hour, hour and a half in the evening. The timing windows aren't an issue. It's not particularly brain taxing, but it's enough that you sort of have to think about it. And if you like Lord of the Rings, I mean, you'll love it. Um, yeah, I think it is harder than Marvel Champions. I personally, I find with Marvel Champions that I feel like I kind of get to a point in that where I know I'm going to win, and I always make sure I play it on expert. But and you do lose sometimes, of course. But I find sort of probably 65% of the way through the game, it's like I'm pretty sure I win this now. But you still end up playing for another sort of 45, 50 minutes, perhaps before you actually do. But you're pretty certain at that point you can. Whereas in this, I mean, I played this exact scenario uh, in the middle of the night yesterday on the stream, and I didn't pass it in the end. Um, so this has a few more things where treacheries in particular can you feel like you're totally on top of it, and then you get an unlucky treachery and it just kind of wipes you out. But it doesn't feel bad. You just kind of reset and start and go at it again. And then obviously you know things that are coming up, so you can play around them a little bit more, which is that's quite a cool aspect of it, really. Um, yeah, I mean, personally, I mean, I love Lord of the Rings, so for me, I just enjoy the thematics of the game and how it plays. It's easy to set up. There's loads of variety in the decks as well when you're building the decks. So again, all these heroes I'm using, except for Frodo, I think. These are all out the core set. Frodo's out of one of the first expansions, the first six expansions. And I've just sort of worked my way through them all from beginning to end, really, as far as I've got it. And as I say, the sagas are great as well. So it is a big investment. I think you get a lot back from it, but I mean, the great thing is now with it being in print, is you can just kind of buy a bit gradually, I guess, and see if you enjoy it, and if you do, you can add to it. Unlike when it was out of print or really hard to get hold of, I kind of found then that I was just having to buy packs up when they were available because I didn't want to miss out on them and not get them. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I really enjoy it. With things like the shadow cards that come onto the enemies, there's an element of the unknown there as well. So you can kind of math it out near enough with the attack and defense values, but there's always that unknown. You could flip over a shadow card that's just brutal, and the later the game kind of goes on, the worse some of those get. And you feel like you can defend it easily, and then it just wipes your hero out, and you've got to try and sort of recover from that, which is pretty rough. And there's a clock on it as well with the threat trackers. It's not massively clear here, but um, oh, where am I going with this one? There we are. Sorry. Yeah. So with these, as soon as they get to 50, that player's out the game. So again, you can't really stall the game a bit more like you can with Marvel. Even with the threat going up in Marvel, I find as long as you've got some threat control, you can kind of just stall the game until you're pretty much invincible. Not in all scenarios, but certainly at the sort of core box and the early ones I've played. Um, but then I still really enjoy Marvel. I've been playing Marvel more recently, and I really enjoy that. I just like the hero abilities. I like sort of the alter ego and flipping the hero and doing that once a turn, and certain cards trigger, and depending on what hero you're playing as well. I think it's great fun. But um, I enjoy solo games. They're kind of my sort of favorite a lot of the time, I think. So I'm happy to sort of pottering through a game. But I mean, I would definitely recommend it. But as I said, well, watch the stream perhaps or chip in and out, see what you think. But um, it you could always just borrow some of my stuff for sure and just try it and just see what you think. Mine hasn't got the Boon and Burden stuff in it. Is the only thing because it is the original prints and stuff. But it would certainly give you a feel for if you thought it was something you maybe wanted to do. If you thought if there was anyone else at all that you play with, then it's brilliant. I think it's a fantastic game. Along with the other classics like Arkham and stuff like that. I'll sort of go through a few bits on here if you've got any questions to ask. But um, the bit during the night, I was sort of going through it in a lot more detail then, partly just to keep myself awake really. But that will sort of probably have a better explanation of what's going on. But it's pretty simple in terms of the mechanics. It's almost a bit like a puzzle to figure out how you're going to commit. An early game, obviously, quite weak, so it's just trying to survive the early game really to then be stronger in the mid to late game. But that's like many of these, I think, isn't it? But even here, I start with this hill try and play. It's a bit glary on there, but um, his stats and his numbers are huge. I can't obviously deal with him right now, so it's the sort of puzzle of how I'm going to sort of just get by the first few turns, and then I can start to deal with him. But yeah, I mean, watch a bit, I guess, see what you think, and do shout if you've got any questions. Is there anything else? Okay, cool. Right, so Mulligan in the end. Like I said, so the other thing with this is resources are super tight, like they are in Marvel. Actually, that's one thing I do really like about Marvel. Um, yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's a bit like that. Yeah, or in the case of the middle of the night, sort of build the engine and then just about break even with the game until the game beats you. Is pretty much what happened last night. But I do. That's one thing I really like about Marvel is the card discard to pay for cards. Um, I think that's awesome. It makes you really think about. I want to play this card, but I kind of also need this one and trying to work that out. So it isn't like that. You have separate resources. You can keep cards in your hand. There's no card limit, but it's kind of like thinking about what you need right now and what you're trying to do in terms of sort of getting set up later in the game. These are quite good opening hands though after Mulligan. So let's see. Is that what I want to do? I think that's what I want to do. So let's put that on for two. And I think that's all I'm going to do for those guys. Again, I've got quite a good opening hand here, but it's a bit fiddly early on. So let's use this going to resources. That's rubbish. I don't want that. That's good. Mm, okay. Let's do this. Put this onto here. Oh, can't do it. Let's put this onto her. For one, and then pay 2 more to get that to him. So that's probably all we do. Yeah, I'll do for now. Use that way. Okay, so basically in the first sort of part of the turn, you're just playing cards from your hand, just trying to. Ideally, I'd like to be getting some allies down to try and block some of these attacks. Because if your heroes die at any point, it's pretty much game over. To be honest, even if you lose one, it's virtually impossible to recover because you don't get the money, you can't play the cards, you lose a defender, you lose an attacker. So it's pretty rough, really. So that's not so good here. Um, so yeah, it's not an ideal start, but we'll see how we'll see how we get on. So you do kind of all that bit of playing the cards, and then the next thing you do is you go to quest. So you're trying to balance fighting and attacking with matching the questing. So I use these two dice just to show that. I don't know how well they come up on stream really, but I'll show you theirs on the red and mine on the blue. If you fall below their questing, or their willpower as it's called, then your threat level goes up, which is kind of your clock for the game, but also it's what the enemies use to engage you. So the higher it is, the more enemies will come down. So it's pretty bad. If you can get above it, then you put quest points onto the quest, which is ultimately what you're trying to do to win the game. But I can't advance this quest until I've killed the hill troll. So early game, I'm just trying to break even, really use as fewer people as I can, but just making sure I don't fall behind on what they're doing. So their starting's a 3. I don't know if you can see. I know it's maybe marginally better if I put it there, but so they're starting a 3. But I have to commit people to the quest before I draw the cards. So this is part of the difficulty of it. Is obviously once you've played the scenario a few times, you know roughly what's in there, but you don't know the order. So you kind of it's that balance of you don't want to overcommit and then it not be anything too bad, or undercommit and then it catches you out. So that's one of the sort of nuances of it, really. But there are certain characters that are always going to quest. So, like her, for example, Eowyn, she quests 4, so we're definitely going to put her in. Uh, we're going to quest with Frodo for 2, so that's 6. And then these two kind of their abilities trigger. So I don't know how much you know about these, really. Apologies for teaching you to suck eggs, but basically, um, you put Aragorn into the quest, so he commits 2 to it, and then Theodred comes in, and they kind of work with each other. So once he's in, Aragorn gets a resource, and then his ability is that he can spend that resource once he's committed to a quest to ready. So basically, every turn, you just put both of these in, and then he gives him a resource. You take the resource off, and he's still commits to the quest, but he's ready, so you can use them again in a later turn. So it's just a little combo with those two, really, which works quite well. So that puts me on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, that should be plenty. So it's more than 6, and then that leaves me with 1, 2, 3 ready characters. So we'll see what happens. So then you draw one card per player. So I'm going to draw 2 here, obviously. So we've got a location there. Locations generally are good. They don't harm you in any way usually, so you're quite happy to see a location, really. But in the case of this one, uh, contributes a high willpower. So that's that number. Where are we? This side up here. So I think that's 5 on that one. So it is contributing a lot of willpower, but uh, it's not doing much else. But that is a lot of willpower. And then one more card. So we've got another enemy. So again, we've got 3 enemies early, which I can't really deal with. We've got no allies. So it's a bit rough. This is the engagement cost at the top, though. So they only come down and engage with you from this middle bit of the board to fight you and attack you once your threat is matching or higher than that number. So you can see this guy won't come down till right towards the end. You can optionally bring one down. So if you want to engage them, pull them down, deal with them, you can do that, which obviously sometimes you do. But early game, having them set up there and just contributing a little bit of willpower, we're okay with that. He also damages us at the end of round, but generally we're probably okay with that early game. So then we total this up. So 2, 3, 8, 9, 10. So at the moment we're down by 1. So I would have to take a threat on both dials. However, Eowyn's got an ability where I can discard a card to raise willpower by 1. So I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to discard this card because I don't think I'll play that anyway. And then that increases my willpower by 1. So you've kind of got that bit of mitigation there with it, which is quite good. And then I can do the same on this side as well. But I don't know that I want to. I think I'm okay with just breaking even for now, actually. So both 10, so nothing happens, no threat increase, no questing points, that's that. Then you have a travel phase where you can pick one location from the middle and travel to it. So obviously I'm going to choose to travel to this, and the advantage of doing that is it removes its willpower from the middle. So straight away I've taken 5 out there next turn, and that just sits up there. Downside of doing that, you can only have it then becomes what they call an active location. You can only have one active location in the game at one time, and any questing points um, that would normally go on the main quest have to go on the active location first until it's cleared. And you can see it's got a little number just next to it there, which is how many questing points it needs on it before it's cleared. So they kind of act as like a blocker to the main quest. You're having to sort of divert your route off into this side quest. But as it happens, this one says after the player's travelled there, you place one progress on it. So once I've travelled to it, it immediately gets discarded. So that's fine. It just does its thing. It comes in for 5 and then it goes again. So then you go into engagement checks. So optional engagement first. So this one's a 48. I would like to kill him because he does damage to me afterwards, but I can't engage him while there's other enemies still in play, I think it is. I know, in the staging area. Okay, so this is the staging area here. So if I bring them down to my characters down here, then I can engage him, but otherwise I can't touch him. The hill troll I'm leaving well alone for this turn. So I'm just going to take uh, this guy down here. So that's my optional engagement, but he's also only a 10 on his engagement check, so he would have engaged me. But I'm going to engage him here because otherwise he would go to the first player in this instance. So he's just going to sit there. These two don't do anything; they just stay there for now. And then you deal what they call a shadow card. So one card from the deck, just face down on top of the card. And this is what's saying. This is that element of randomness about it. But I quite like that. It means you can't completely sort of math it out and go, well, he's going to do exactly this damage. He's going to block exactly this damage, so we're okay. You can obviously build them up to a point where you pretty much know they're going to be okay, but but it's never a guarantee. Um, so I'm going to defend with Denethor here. I'm just using these little Netrunner tokens to show when I've used them. So obviously keep rotating. Um, And I'm not too worried here. He's got this card that I put on him right at the start of turns. This is a really nice one to get. It's Burnished Brand. I don't know if you can read that, not really. But basically, it says while the attached character is defending, it cancels any shadow effects on the cards he's got. So with him, I can math it out because I know these aren't going to pump him at all, pump his attack because it's going to get cancelled. So with this, I know he's attacking for 2 and he's defending for 3. So I know he's going to be fine. But if he didn't have that, obviously it's a bit more of a bit more of a risk. So we do his attack. We flip this over, and this hasn't got anything on the bottom of it. So it literally does nothing. Although it's an enemy, it has come into play as a shadow card, so it does nothing. If, however, that was the other way around, and this was the shadow card, you can see it's got this little sort of skull and arrow at the bottom here, which means the effect underneath it, the shadow effect, will trigger on the enemy it's on. So if it was them, it says the attacking enemy gets +1 attack or +3 if it's undefended. So it's kind of what I mean. You kind of prep for an attack and then suddenly it gets pumped by 3 and you're like, you weren't ready for that. And so that's the kind of unknown in the game. But I think that's quite a good element of it, really. Anyway, thankfully, we cancelled that. He didn't do anything, so no damage there. So that attack's happened. There's no other defenders to take. You always defend first. So now I'm going to attack. I can only attack with people, which is why I've kind of split it with almost like a line down the middle. But these 3 can only attack people engaged with them here. These 3 can only attack with people engaged with them here. So Aragorn here sadly isn't doing anything. But Legolas has got the ranged, I don't know how clear that is, but he's got the ranged keyword on him. Ranged characters can obviously attack over the other side. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to use Legolas to attack. He attacks for 3. This guy's got no shields and 3 hit points. So we've obviously put the 3 on him with no block, and then he dies. So that and his shadow card get discarded. And Legolas's ability is when he kills someone in combat, you put 2 quest points on the quest. So he just kind of keeps the quest ticking along. And that's pretty much it, really. I can't use Aragorn for anything. End of turn, you raise your threat by 1, so that's that clock. And then you pass over the first player. And then you just kind of repeat, really. So you draw 1 card. It's only 1 card per turn. So card draws definitely a resource in this game, and then 1 money to to each hero. And that's the whole turn. That's it, really. And you're just sort of playing through, like you said, just sort of building the engine and just sort of trying to survive, really, until a point where you're kind of okay to push on a little bit more. But I'll play a few turns. So if you've got any questions, do ask. But really, it's just sort of I really enjoy this game, but it's also sort of filling a little bit of time now until Tori's back later. Right. Let's see what we do. Take all these off. These are already now. I'll leave those on. Okay. So I'm going to use this. This is an attachment. So attachments just go under a hero. Some are unique, which this is actually. You can tell if they're unique because they just have that little star next to the name there. So obviously you can only have one unique card in play at any of that type in play at once. But that's gives me two. Whenever I use it, it gives me two money. So that's a really important card to get early. Obviously, it just means I can do a lot more. And the other one I played on her is this, which just means she can play green cards. So you can see there's four different colours of card: blue, green, red, purple, and then greys can be played by anyone. But otherwise, the heroes can only play cards of their colour. So by putting that on her, it means she can play green cards. So I've got a lot of green cards in my hand. So it means the money she's gaining can be used to pay for the green cards because otherwise I'm only getting one green resource a turn and they're expensive. But I think what I'm going to do this turn is use it to actually play in a blue card. So I'm going to take four off of there for an ally, and that's probably all I'm going to do this turn, I think. So it's still not great draw, but we'll see what we've got over here. Okay, probably not too bad. I know the hill troll is coming down here this turn though because they're on 30 now. So that is a real problem. Um, hmm, Unless I option engage him here, maybe. I'm going to deal with that hill troll right now. Oh, and I need to trigger that as well. So it's a point of damage on each side. Yeah, this is not looking great. We'll put one on him and one on her for now. Um, with a short game, I think. So the problem with the hill troll is usually all I do here is throw down a cheap chump blocker, and I've got two in my hand. Just these one cost guys. Just throw him in. Don't care. Or the hill troll attacks him, he dies. I don't care. But the problem with the hill troll is any damage that he does beyond their defense goes into threat once he's killed the person. So if I use a chump blocker on him, then I just take a ton of threat early game, which is also a problem. Um, so yeah, we're in a bit of a sticky position here. I'm not too sure how we're going to get out of it. Um, hmm, okay, think. I'm going to try this. We might be reshuffling all this very quickly. And this is the thing with Lord of the Rings, a little bit like if you get off to a rough start and you just haven't had the chance to build up your board, you don't get great card draw early game, particularly in the early stuff because there's not masses of card draw in the game in the early game. It gets a bit better. Um, yeah, you can kind of just hit this point where you're like you kind of stuffed before you even begin, really. I'll put. Oh no, that's attack. That doesn't help. That was defense. Yeah, we're in trouble. What do we do? What do we do? Hmm. All right. Well, let's put that on Legolas. Oh, I don't think that certainly going there. And yeah, this is bad. I think I'm just gonna have to take a. I think I'm just gonna have to take a load of threat here, probably. I'm sure he's only really got enough attack to. Really got enough attack to kill this guy, even if I just chunk block. I think we're in a bit of trouble. Okay, I'm gonna dump down some people. And we're going to see what happens. I think. Oh, I think we're in trouble. I think it's just going to be a very quick reset. I'm just going to get the cat out quickly. Get out with you. Okay. Ooh. Hmm. I think we're in a lot of trouble. Right. Okay. Anyway, let's do some questing and see what happens. I think so. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Gains 1, spends it ready. I think that's probably all we can afford to do here. So 9 this time. I think it was 9 last time as well. Currently 3 in the middle. And then 2 cards. So treachery. Uh, each player raises his threat by 1 for each character he controls that's not currently committed to the quest. So that would be 2 here and 3 there. That feels pretty bad. So I think we're going to cancel that with a test of will. So I'll put 1 for that and we cancel that. Again, it's kind of perfect example there, really. You're trying to get on top of an already bad situation, and then you just get a card that's kind of going to lump your threat right up, knowing this guy is about to lump my threat right up as well. So it's not going well. Okay, now we've got an enemy, which is a bit annoying because that means I can't bring this goblin guy down, which I thought I was going to be able to. Okay. Um, which damage can I do to the hill troll? 3, 7, 8, 9. He needs 12. Hmm. I mean, this was really bad, but I think we're gonna have to. Anyway, let's do the middle. So they ended up on 3, 4, 5, and we ended up on 9. So +4 wouldn't really help us massively, but right now, so 1, 2, 3, 4 goes up here, and okay, I think we just need to. So there's nowhere to travel to, so we don't do that. I think we're going to optionally engage and bring this guy down here. He's coming down here anyway. And then I can't get this guy annoying me, which I thought I was going to be able to this turn. Let's bring this guy down. And then if I don't draw any more enemies, or there's a gazillion enemies in this, at least I've got a chance of trying to get rid of this guy because he's doing me 2 damage a turn at the moment, which I also can't survive for long. So we're going to do that. Okay, so first player shadow card first. Then the troll gets a shadow card. Dennicore's going to defend here. This should be fine. He attacks for 3. No shadow effect, so he blocks 3. And then I think I'm going to chomp block this and just take a load of threats. It's bad. So he defends for 1. Gets a shadow card, of course he does. So that gives him +1 attack. So he does 7 damage. He blocks 1 and then takes 1 as a hit. So he dies. And my threat goes up by 5. Pretty bad, but I don't think I had any choice really. Right, and then this guy's going to attack here, so he just does 1 point of damage. It's not doing much, but chipping away. And then he's attacking for 4. Owen's attacking for another 3, so that's 7, and he's attacking for 9, so it does 6 to the hill troll at least. So there's a chance I might be able to kill him next turn if I don't lose the game on threat before then. Okay, we get rid of the shadow cards. Thank you up there. I've used everyone, so everyone ready? Straight goes up by 1. Just goes over. Straight goes up by 1. And then money and draw. So money, 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 and money. Card draw. Card draw. Alright. Yeah, this doesn't help us sadly. Okay, none of these guys in, I guess. For 1. That's literally what you can do there. We'll use hers to for gain 2 money. I think we probably need to play this, so we're going to play this. 1, 2, 3. What about that? We draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, they're not bad. Mm. Can I rely in to just try and build the board up a bit? That's what we're doing. Okay. So what happens? So questing. It's the usual suspects. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and readies. And then 2 there at the moment. So draw card. That's a location. That's good. Please not an enemy. Okay, that's good. We didn't get an enemy. Oh, I need to do 2 damage out to people on each side. So let's do 1 here. And let's do 1. Probably, but we can get him now. That's quite big actually. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're down by 1. So let's discard something that I don't need. Mm, let's get rid of this. So go to 10. So break even. That's fine. And we're going to travel here, which instantly pops that. And gets rid of that. Okay. Then that's a global threat again. It's bad. We'll bring this guy down there at least. I don't want him to go. What should I need to kill this guy? 6. He does 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so you can defend him. Okay, so that's fine. So he'll go. No, let's put him here. And we'll do it that way. Okay. So at least we've dealt with him. Okay, so shadow cards. So first player out, then highest threat out of these. So it goes that way. So the hill troll is just going to do exactly what we did last time. Yeah, I mean, quite some trouble there, I think, but he'll defend it. So no shadow effect. So deals blocks 1, takes 1. It's fine. So take 4. So we're already up to 40. That's there. Then Denethor's going to block this guy. 3. So he attacks for 3. No shadow effects. That's good though. So that's the second hill troll. It's just being discarded as a shadow card. So that's massive. So we don't need to deal with the second one now, which is big. And then Aragorn has Sentinel, which means he can defend, a bit like ranged, but for defense rather than attack. So he can defend units from the other side of the board, basically. So he's going to do that. So I don't think I need his attack. 4, 5, 6. No. So he's going to defend this guy for 2. No shadow, so he blocks that. And then I can do my attacks. So it's more of these animals. That'll do. So he's going to attack him for 2 and kill him. So that's good. So I don't have to deal with that anymore. He can attack him for 1, but he blocks for 1, so there's no point. And then Legolas and Dwarf will kill the hill troll. So he's gone. He is victory points, so he gets removed from the game, so we don't have to see him again. And then, because Legolas was on attack, we'll put 2 over here. And because the hill troll is dead, we complete this first quest. So we've done the first one at least. And then we move on to the second one. Let's have a look. Do not make engagement checks during the encounter phase. Yeah, okay, so the story here is that we're on a raft and the enemies are on the banks of the river. I don't know if you can see the picture, but the enemies are on the banks of the river and we're on a raft in the middle. So we don't make engagement checks with them. They don't come to us, but we can optionally engage one per turn. But what we do now do is we reveal an extra encounter card every turn from the middle. So the threat is going to be a problem here. But the enemies we can choose when they sort of come down, so that's not too bad. Okay, I think that's everything. So we're going to ready out. We don't have to take the damage now, which is good. We're going to ready all these up. And this. And threat goes up by 1. This should be discarded. Oh, and here. Threat goes up by 1. I have to get some threat reduction for them, or I think this is over. And then first flag goes over. Yeah. And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. And then card draw and card draw. Okay, let's have a look. Nice threat reduction there. Okay, let's play this guy in for 2. Let's use hers going to more, but gets to that. And then we're going to use him straight away to draw a card. That doesn't help, unfortunately. Okay, let's come down the board. So 1, 2, 3. And that's what we're going to do there. We've got anything good here. It's not bad. So we put this onto, there you go, let's give him an extra attack. Let's put 1. And then we'll play another bod in for 2. That's all we're doing. Okay. Right. Questing for 4. Could be able to kill that guy this time. 6. Oh, these are all gone. These should be cleared. So 16 now for the next one. Get rid of all those. 7, 8, 9, ready. Ready to kill this guy. It's 1 defense. So 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mm, 9. And there's 3 here. 3 cards coming up. Let's risk it. So on +6, we've got 3 cards to come out. So 1, 2. That's got Surge, so another card comes out. When reveal each player raises strip 1 for each card. Oh, it's that one again. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to cancel that. Otherwise, I think I just lose the game. Yeah, that's gone. And then, what did I do? 1, 2, so 1 more. 3. Okay, that's not too bad. And players can't draw cards. Oh, I've just got 2 cards. Nope. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're +1. I think. Oh, both those locations are bad. No, I really didn't. West. Okay, we'll travel here, and it stops me from drawing cards while it's the active location. Okay. So they can build. Let's take this down here, and then shift this along. I'll leave that there, I think. So one here, one here. Therefore, let's have this. There's nothing. Fireball will defend this. Takes one. Big bit. This is back. These things. Oh. Okay, and then they attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, which is enough to kill him at least. So they go. Oh, we'll for us to do that actually. Yeah, it's 2 on there. That's better. Okay. Alright. Ready, 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 ready. Pass over. Nice threat. Okay, nominee. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. What is actually can't draw cards, sure. Okay, so we are doing, yeah, I've seen nothing there. And we'll play this guy in 3, use 2, and that's 3. Okay, so we're doing questing for 4. Well, we'll put selfies in here. 5. So puts 1 on this. And 6, 7. There's this. And then is there, I guess. Oh, 7, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then 10, 11, 12, and then he rallies. Okay. Oh. Let's have a look. First one chooses 1 character currently committed to quest and deals 2 damage to it. First player. What is this side? Sure. Okay. 1. Oh my goodness. Mark to cancel. Oh, I can't actually. I can't. I don't even need to look. Okay. Sure. Oh, God. Okay. 3, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So exactly the same. Then we can option engage. So we'll take one of these down here, and we'll take one of these down here. Everything else stays up here. Travel. First, let's just got 2 cards. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna travel here because I got monkeys for however of those. Yeah, that's right. I'm not really, but whatever now. Just got both of these. I don't need those. Okay, and then shadow card here, shadow card here. And here. This was 1. So does 1 damage. It's over. And then Delacour defends. Does nothing. And then he, because this, let's click on that. 1, 2, and then they attack for. Oh no, and he said differently. He attacks him and kills him. And then these guys here attack that one. That's how I did it. Okay. So yeah, we love Keyforge. I think it's always sort of a tourist go-to game. It's just such great fun. Obviously, just opening a deck. I think Soulforge would be good though as well. I think it's possibly a bit more complicated than Keyforge. I'm not sure. Not much. Um, but when I played with Jack the other day, that was really good. I think it's one of those once you sort of get into it, it's not too bad. But it was really good. Okay, I think this is over. Um, I'll draw. Need some hill. Okay. What are we doing? We are raising threats. So we're drawing a card. We are raising threat and drawing a card. We're passing this over. Getting some money. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then these guys first, okay. And then is this. Bring 2 of these. 1, 2. Oh, these cards are not good. Okay, let's play this for 3. 1, 2, 3. Draw 3 cards. I need some healing. That's not healing. That's not healing. That's not healing. Okay. Let's attach this here for one. Some more card draw. I think I used him last time, didn't I? Got me this, and this. Yeah, that dropped him last time. Let's do this now. Still no healing. Okay, probably in trouble. Oh, I might as well play this guy out for one. That's all we're doing there. And okay, that's relevant actually. Okay. We're staying 6. Uh, 7. So we rest. 8 completes this. 9, 10, 11 currently. 5 in the middle. Coming 1, 2, 3 attack. One more in. This one. 6, 7, 8, 9, 12. Yep. Okay. Move 4 progress tokens. Sure. That's fine. I don't know if I remember putting on 2 for Logos last time. I think I did. I think I did. Sure. Sure. That goes all that progress. And one more. Okay, so 1 to each exhausted character. That kills him annoyingly, so I cancel that. But this is going to be over very soon. I'm sure I'm going to beat this one on the stream. Right. Okay, then we can engage 1. So we're going to engage this down here. And I don't think I care about those. So we'll just leave those up there. Oh, draw 3 cards. No hills. No hills. No hills. This is over. Okay. Level. No, I definitely don't want trouble. Okay. Sure. We're just going to engage this guy. We're going to deal him a shadow card. But before he attacks, we'll do this for 1, which allows Legolas to attack him and kill him before he bounces back. And that puts 2 of that down here. Okay. And turn, everything ready. What are these? This goes over. You put that by one. There's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Card drop. Card drop. Okay, so that's him. 1, which what we're doing. It's bad. And then we use I think 2, 1, 2. And silver tree. Okay. Use him. Draw a card. Okay. I'm going to play this to bring this back to my hand. Throw my cards everywhere. I'm going to touch this to this for 1. Mm. Let's move them. Okay. 4, 6, 7. Clears this. This goes. What else have we got? Oh, no, there's the first plan now. Oh, well, I don't know. 1, 2, 3. That's not what I meant to do. Right. Okay. Supplement, unfortunately. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9. Those a minute. 10, 11, 12. 13. 13. To do currently. Oh, that's probably it. I think we just didn't put away holes, so I can't cancel. So that's game, I think. We'll play it out, but I think that's it. So 1 here, he blocks it, takes it as threat. 1 here, here, he dies. Yeah, this is over. 1 here. Um, 1 here, he dies. GG. think that's probably it. Now we're down to 2 areas, can't really do much, and he's going to die soon as well, I think, fortunately. So I've still got a card to come out yet as well. That's the first card, actually. Well, do 1 damage to each character controlled by each player with a threat of 35, and that's it. Yeah, I'll beat this thing today. Oh, yeah. No hills. Those are all my hills together, fortunately. So that's game. Yeah, not happening today, this one, unfortunately. Not sure why. Lord of the Rings, it's too good for me. Let's pack this away. Time was at 6 o'clock. Jump on the computer for a little while. So, right, uh, yeah, of course you can, David. Yeah, so I'm trying to play with the cards. I mean, that's just a core set scenario. It's only the second one as well. The third one in the core set is much harder, but I've really struggled against this today. I've had really rough draw, unfortunately. So these three here, all heal. They're all same card, but they heal 2 damage off a hero every turn, which is why I'm frantically drawing for them. Because if I can clear that damage off of Aragorn, then I'm probably okay. Their threat's getting close to 50, but I've got cards in my hand that I can reduce that right back down. So I'm not too worried about that. I'm totally on top of the board. Um, it's literally just the amount of damage that they were carrying, or most of which came from that goblin right at the start that I couldn't deal with because there were so many enemies. So yeah, of course you can. What you tend to do is you sort of have a go at it, I think, with a deck that you've built and you fancy, and then you sort of play it through and something happens and you're like, okay, I need to go back and slot this in now to try and deal with it. But it's the treachery cards in this game that are the brutal aspect of the game. The locations are absolutely fine, even the sort of real sort of bad ones are fine. You can deal with them. Um, some enemies are really tough, but most enemies you just can chump block. So it's annoying, but it's not too bad. You can kind of deal as long as you can get some allies down. You've got some low cost allies in your deck, you're fine. But the treachery cards are just crippling. I mean, if you think with just these two cards that I've just drawn back to back, the first one did about 9 damage, I think. So one to every one of my characters, and then the very next card that I draw uh, just follows it up with more damage, and I can't block it or anything. So I go from being okay if I can heal to the game's over in 2 cards. So that is the tough thing with Lord of the Rings. Unfortunately, is treachery cards are brutal, and you can play this test of wills almost every deck. You'll be playing blue because it has this card in it which cancels a treachery card. But the trouble is, there's so much treachery in this deck that I'm using them. Um, I'm using them on other things because I've got to stay alive at the start of the game. So I think really with this one, I think things I could do differently is maybe I'm money up this side rather than this side, and just try and dump a load of bods out. But the trouble is, all of the cards in the blue and green side are really expensive, and I need them for the hills from what you've just seen. So it's fiddly. I don't feel like I've had a particularly generous draw in either one. Um, but I'm also playing fairly basic decks intentionally because I'm um, trying to play them out of the core set as best I could. I mean, you could obviously go away and build some crazy deck that would breeze through this no problems. But I like to just try and play it at the sort of level the game's at as best as I can. But it definitely makes it harder for sure. Um, but yeah, absolutely, you can adjust your decks, and you should. Like, I probably wouldn't overly adjust these two, other than to maybe think about what I'm sort of mulliganing. I guess I need a way of stopping the hill troll from attacking early game, which I have got in this deck, but I didn't draw it. Gandalf is in this deck as well. He's big. I haven't seen him once in either of the two games, so he's really good as well. He's like that guy in Marvel. I've forgotten who it is now, but he's like a grey, and he goes at the end of the round or the end of the turn. But you can do loads with him. Like when he comes into play, like you can draw your cards. So they're very similar. Um, so that would have been really helpful. I know it just got a bit messy. Like this side just was sat on tons of money, and I just had no card draw and no means of really using it. Um, and then I was frantically drawing with this side at that point because was trying to get the heal. Whereas what I would have wanted to do really was to give them to draw as well because they had all the money, but I couldn't do it because of the hill. And it was all just because of the Goblin Archer at the start, who was just pinging damage that I could never then get rid of. Um, so yeah, it's tricky. It kind of depends on your mindset a bit on that sort of thing. I mean, I quite enjoy the sort of puzzles of games really, and trying to figure them out. Um, but yeah, Lord of the Rings is very much like it can feel like literally the turn before you're like, okay, I've got this, I'm fine, and then the very next turn you're like, okay, I've just lost the game in two cards. So it can be a bit brutal for that, but usually once you play scenario a couple of times, you can kind of figure out a bit of a strategy to play around it. You maybe don't commit so many people to the quest. You just sort of commit what you need to, or you do the opposite of that, or you don't pull too many enemies if you know it could dump a load down. So you do. It does get easier as you play it more. In theory, I don't think I've really shown that with this, but it's certainly not an easy game, but that's what I quite like about it. Really, games that are too easy are kind of fun at first, where you get to know them, but then they can get boring pretty quickly, unfortunately. So yeah, it's a good one. But as I say, you can always just grab like my core set of cards. I think I've got two core sets in the end. Um, so next time I see you, I can always just do that, or if you let me know a sort of deck that you want to play, there's plenty of online decks and stuff that you can then just tweak, and I can sort of pre-build that for you, and we can either have a game together, or um, I can just give you the cards and you can take it off and sort of play through the first three scenarios in your own time. The first one I did on stream yesterday in the core box, that's kind of crazy straightforward, really, but it gives you the sort of basic mechanics of the game, which is good. The second one is the one I'm doing right now, which I think I'm making it look harder than it is, to be perfectly honest. Um, and then the third one is notoriously hard. So it's one of the hardest ones that they've ever wrote into the game. Basically, you start off with one of your heroes is in prison. So you start with one less hero right from the start of the game. You do get them back, but obviously, if you've seen, it's really hard to get the engine going. So having one less defender, one less attacker, one less money every turn is pretty tough. So that's a really hard one. But they're good fun. They all feel quite different. And the core set heroes are decent enough. They kind of cover things. Usually, I tend to play with um, one color in each side, so I always play blue, and then I'll usually play sort of red or purple on the other side. Um, but for this, I just sort of mix it up a little bit. But again, obviously, the advantage if you've got more than one color is that all of the money can be spent on the card you're playing. You're only running cards of that color. Um, so yeah, it's sort of it's tricky, but that's what makes the deck building interesting, and it is very much tweaking the decks, I'd say, rather than sort of whole changes. There's no like sort of meta to it like Netrunner or things like that. It's constantly changing. It's kind of like you build a deck you enjoy, you run it against a scenario, it's good or terrible against that scenario. You maybe need to completely rebuild it, or you just kind of make some tweaks, get some more threat in there, get some more allies in there, whatever it is, and then sort of run it again. And that's the nice thing about it is you feel like you're making that progress with it at that point because you're kind of making adjustments, and then it's like, oh yeah, that was much better that turn. But then it might be, of course, that you get to the next scenario, and then that's a bit different again. But generally, I try to play the same heroes through a set of six scenarios that are all kind of linked. But I will change the allies and threat reduction cards and the healing cards and things like that if I need to for each one. But the heroes I try and keep the same um, until I've finished like that batch, and then I'll swap them up. But again, that's why I like to play with sort of two-handed really. Just for a bit more variety. Otherwise, you just end up playing the same sort of three all the time. Whereas I'd always rather just play more, and it's not too bad in this game. It's not too taxing. Unlike sort of some games where it can be a bit bonkers if you're trying to play two hands. Yeah, failed miserably again. Lord of the Rings, not my game today. We'll park that. I'll go back to it later in the week, maybe. So it's 6:10. I can hear Tori's working her magic at settling the kids. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay on YouTube. I think I was going to jump on the computer, but I don't. I don't think I'll bother because I won't really be on it for long. And I think Tori and I are just going to grab a quick bite to eat um, before we do the final part of the stream. Radlands, I'd imagine we'll probably do a couple of games of Radlands. I think Tori quite enjoyed that last night. She wasn't sure about it the first time we played, but she enjoyed that last night. Um, So I think we'll probably do a couple of games of that, and then the plan is to finish with Terraforming Mars, which is a long one. It's a brilliant game, but it is a long one. So I think realistically we're probably going to end up finishing about 10:30, which is perfect, really. I'll certainly be going straight to bed afterwards, I think. But yeah, so I think I'll just stay on YouTube. So if you've got any um, sort of questions, I guess, regarding any sort of games that you've seen, any questions regarding the stream, if the stream you think might be of interest moving forwards, I might try and do maybe one evening a week, just doing something. And if I've got some people that'd be happy to join the stream, either that's for online gaming or coming here, that would be awesome. Or I can come to you and bring the equipment, that would be cool. Um, but yeah, I'll probably just sort of fill a little bit now while I'm setting up Radlands. But again, I guess just to say a huge thank you to everyone who's been here. It's amazing, actually. I said to Tori, like, it's so awesome just having everyone here and in chat, and people have been coming and going, but making a real effort to come back and sort of asking and get stuck in and chat, which is great. It's just made more of an experience of it really, rather than me just sitting on my own in a room for 24 hours, which would have been fine. But it's much better having you guys around and in chat, and like Kathy earlier with the Harry Potter game that went to the wire. Just things like that. Yeah, it's been really cool. I've really enjoyed it, and obviously the money we've been raised has been fantastic. So thank you again for everyone who supported that. If you're watching at a later date, again, thank you for donating and getting the funds up. It's absolutely brilliant. I know Tori really appreciates it. I'm sure she'll say that herself later. But yeah, it's been good. I don't feel too bad now. Actually, I was kind of struggling a little bit earlier when Floss was pottering around on Roblox. And I kind of just my brain wasn't engaged by anything really. But yeah, I feel all right again now. So look forward to some more games with Tori, and then obviously we'll sign off, but we'll try and do the stream a bit more. We've got Koala Gaming as well, which is currently once a month, but we have talked about doing that a bit more regularly. So again, if you've seen some stuff, or you just like the idea of some slightly different games, or even just normal games and just coming along, then keep an eye on their Facebook page. I think Tori posts it all on there. And do come along. The couple of sessions I've been to, absolutely brilliant. Great group. There's loads of space, loads of tables, loads of games. And I sort of frantically try and learn as many rules to them as I can in advance, that you don't have to do that really. And hopefully I can kind of explain the basics and you can just crack on. So yeah, please do come and join us for the gaming evenings as well if you can. Keep an eye on the Facebook page, as I say, for those. But I'm sure we'll do some more live streaming. I'm sure we'll do some computer streaming as well. Floss really enjoyed just going on for a while earlier, so that's probably something we'll start to do a bit more of now. Hopefully that we're in that place where we can do that. But stream's not ended yet. We've still got another 3 hours to go for definite. But I think realistically we're going to finish about 10:30 tonight, once we've done Radlands and terraforming Mars. So a couple of really cool games still to look forward to there. Terraform Mars is probably mine and Tori's favourite, I'd say. So yeah, a couple of good ones. But if you're heading off to get dinner, thank you again. We're going to do that shortly. And then we'll definitely be back here playing by 7. But I'm just going to kind of potter around now for probably sort of 20 minutes or so, and then we'll park the stream for 30 minutes so to get some dinner, and we'll be back ready and raring to go about 7 o'clock. So hopefully we'll see as many of you as possible for those last couple of hours to see us through. It'd be awesome.